Hey guys, it's Sandy here with Freedom Warrior Fitness. Welcome to my channel. This is all about fitness and pretty much my life in the fitness world and the things that I'm doing on a daily basis. And the reason I started this channel actually is because I'm getting ready to have hip surgery. And so I had put out to everybody if people wanted to know what a labral tear hip surgery was like, what the progress was like. And so I decided to put this together. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this channel. Obviously, this is the very first video, so we don't have any subscribers. We don't even have any views yet, but we're hoping that will change really soon. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have been a personal trainer and fitness instructor for almost over 30 years. I've been in the fitness industry for a lot longer than that. I was an elite gymnast in my youth and continued working through fitness. I coached for many years, ended up having 5 children, and so took some time off to be with them. And then recently moved to the Tennessee area and started a fitness company down here. And so hence, we're down here now and have been training clients and teaching fitness classes and absolutely loving it. But that's not what this whole video is about. This video really is about what I'm getting ready to embark on. I am 5 days pre-surgery. I have my surgery next Wednesday, and I had done a lot of research online, looking for YouTube videos, looking for personal testimonies of people that had a labral tear in the hip. So that's what I have. It's a labral tear in my hip. I also have the typical impingement syndrome going on as well, which a lot of people do have that. And if you don't know what a labral tear is, basically the way your hip socket goes together, you've got your femur bone, you have your hip socket on top, and there's what I like to call a little gasket that goes around that area to protect it, help that femur to slide and glide nicely, right? Well, my little gasket has what's called a long segmented tear. So it's a nice deep long tear throughout the labrum. And I actually did it about 15 years ago. That's really a whole nother story that maybe I'll get into on during surgery time, but I ended up having a lawnmower accident of all things, right? You'd think I would do it with something crazy like a deadlift or, you know, a snatch or something like that, but nope, I was thrown from a lawnmower. Anyhow, fast forward 15 years, I've been doing my fitness. I have had pain throughout this time. I thought I broke my pelvis when it happened. It wasn't my pelvis. We did x-rays, but we never thought to do an MRI of the hip. Fast forward up to about probably 6 months ago, I ran some hills for about 3 miles with a friend, and that night could not walk. I was in excruciating pain. My kids finally said, "Mom, please go get this looked at." You know, when you do the things I do, so I teach boot camps, I do personal training, and I do a lot of the boot camps with everybody. We do a lot of obstacle courses, things like that. And I didn't want to stop. So it was really hard for me to look into really what was going on and then accept the fact that I might have to do something about it. So I went to a sports medicine doc, and he said, basically, you're presenting classically with a torn labrum. Let's go ahead and do an MRI. We did the MRI with injection, and lo and behold, yes, that's what I have. Great pain going on. I have a cam lesion that's actually, every time I move my femur, you know, my leg bone, it's ripping apart that labrum area continually. So with that said, I started to do some research. We did a lot of things prior to actually deciding on surgery. My doc is very conservative. He works with the UT teams. And so I was real happy about just trying some conservative things first. So we did go in and put a cortisone shot in by ultrasound. I got very minimal relief from that. We did PT So we did PT for quite some time, but that actually made things worse. And the PT herself actually said, no more, you know, you just need to go ahead and get surgery done. Did dry needling because along with my labral tear, it's created an SI joint problem, which brings excruciating pain around the back and down the glutes. And so we did a lot of dry needling. That did help a little bit, but not a ton. Done a lot of strengthening exercises, but sometimes that's hard when everything is whacked out. So fast forward all the way up to just a few weeks ago, I started doing a lot more research because at this point, I had to go back in and get a deeper cortisone shot. So they had to put me under and go much, much deeper into the hip with basically wanting to make sure that that was going to give me a little bit of relief so that they could decide, yes, let's go ahead and get surgery. So it did. It probably gave me the first 2 days of relief. That was about it, but that was enough for the surgeon to say, okay, you are definitely a candidate. In the meantime, I did do some research on stem cell therapy, which I think has tremendous forward movement ideas. I think it's probably going to be one of the greatest places of medicine as we're moving forward. But unfortunately for me, it just was not a good fit. So I have opted to go ahead and have this surgery. Now, I don't know if anybody knows what this surgery is like, and this is probably why I've waited so long, because it's 6 weeks on crutches or a walker. And I was kind of hoping maybe it was less, but when I talked to the doc, he's like, nope, and you're going to be, you know, out for 6 weeks. Tons of PT, won't be able to drive for a few weeks. Then there's a 6-month recovery. Now, I'm kind of hoping because I'm pretty good in shape. I'm hoping that maybe I can shave off a month or 2 of that, but I know to be realistic, and I'm gonna have to make sure I give myself time and be patient. So anyhow, long story short, I've been looking all over YouTube for various videos of people, testimonies, and there's so little out there. I think I have found like 2 or 3 that I really kind of keep going back over and watching their stories and looking at what it is that they did and the encouragement that they have for us. And it was a huge encouragement for me. So I decided I was going to put together my own journey for myself, and because I've got some people in my tribe that are wanting to know how this is going to work out and what it's kind of look at on a daily basis. So really, y'all, I know that, you know, you're looking at me, my hair is kind of down and curly, but guess what? Come surgery day and after, like I've heard I can go 5 days before I can take a bath. I don't know, maybe I can lean over and wash my hair, but I doubt it. So this is going to be real and raw. I'm going to be in my jammies most of the time and no makeup. Hair's probably going to be pulled up in a bun. So I hope you will be merciful to me with that. But I got some goodies today. My husband says I have actually graduated to the geriatric ward. So turn around for just a second and you get to see just 2 of the apparatuses that are now gracing my home. Can you see them? We have the shower chair and we have the walker. Okay, so I'm looking still for that extended potty chair thing that I hear I'm going to need also. But there's the walker, and I think I'm going to try to put like some kind of a bag on it so I can at least get around and, you know, I don't know, be a little more self-sufficient. Being dependent on people is not my best suit. So this is going to be probably one of the hardest things I've done mentally, is to give myself time to rest and to be able to trust that other people are not going to get irritated because they've got to get up and do stuff. Anyhow, so that's kind of my life right now. 5 days pre-op. So I am trying to get stuff done around the house. Yes, this is going to go through the Christmas season and I'm going to be down on my booty, but I had to choose to do it as soon as possible. My one daughter just got married a month ago and I couldn't do it at that point. And I have another daughter getting married in 4 months. And we just had our very first grandbaby come on the scene. Oh my gosh, guys, grandbabies are beyond the bomb. Okay, so he's only 5 days old. And so I couldn't do it when he was right coming. So I'm trying to get this done in between my new grandbaby and my next daughter getting married. And this is 6-month recovery and she's getting married in 4 months. So you do the math. Anyhow, there's just never a good time to be down, y'all. All right, so we're gonna do this thing. I'm hoping to come to you like this on a daily basis. I figure that come the actual day of my surgery, I don't do well with anesthesia. I actually don't wake up very well. I'm crazy nauseated. More than likely, you won't hear from me day of surgery unless some miracle happens and I have like mental faculties about me. But I hope to be back on the day after surgery. My life is going to be pretty boring between now and then. I'm pretty busy with just doing extra dumb stuff that has to get done. You know, cooking and cleaning and all that kind of stuff, and kind of buying gifts and getting all those things ready before I go in. So I'm glad you guys have stopped by. Leave me a comment below if you have any questions about this surgery, or if maybe you are looking towards surgery, something like this, or maybe you have some hip symptoms. I'm not a doctor. I'm not even in the medical realm. So don't look to this as your story. This is just my story, my personal experience. I'm just here to document it personally for me and to encourage anybody, because you know what, guys, I know that during my recovery, I'm gonna need a lot of mental gymnastics to go on, and I'll probably need a lot of encouragement because I'm not so sure that I am going to be like totally up every day and positive. So I'm really hoping that you guys can help me out with that, and I'm hoping that you'll chime in, and I'll definitely try to answer any questions that I can, but make sure that if you do have anything hip-wise going on, you talk to your doc, find out for you what's going to be the best options for you. Okay, all right, here we go. Video number 1 in the books. All right, hope to hear from you guys, and I'll be back in a day or two, and then I'll be back right after surgery. Talk to you soon.